It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. I'm Candace Gish. I'm so excited about today's guest. You know, she has been on our program multiple times, and, you know, I definitely consider her a friend because she's one of those people out there that has inspired me over the years. And I'm just so grateful that I'm able to collaborate with her on so many different things. Today's guest is my friend, Diane Najam, and she's going to be sharing a little bit about what's been happening with her. And I'm excited because she hasn't been on our program for a little while here, and I can't wait to hear what's going on with her. So welcome to the program, Diane. I'm so excited to have you back.
Oh, thank you so much, and I'm so excited, too. You're such a great supporter. Divas That Care, your whole network is just wonderful. So I'm sorry, I'm verklempt even. But anyways, I'm so giddy. I'm just excited to be here and to share more and tell another part of my journey, because when we first started talking, we were pretty much just beginning, and you just have been there along the way and supporting. So it's been wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. As I said, it's been great with us, too. But before we kind of dive into things that you're doing today, would you mind sharing with our listeners that are just tuned in for the first time a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you again. So I'm Diane Najam, and I started out as a social worker, and I worked in Detroit with children and women who have been abused and helped them healing from abuse. So I was super successful. I really enjoyed that. And then I launched my first app, which was a Facebook B2C, business to consumer photo app on Facebook in 2010, if you can believe it. It's been that long. But the thing that started that new journey was the storytelling piece. And it only made sense because I loved helping people, so that was part of my social work part of me. And I love telling stories. You know, being Greek, we love photos and stories. So I launched this app on Facebook long before Instagram and Pinterest to help people just share stories about their events and celebrations and girls' night out and all kinds of fun things, weddings and babies. That grew very successly to 250,000 users. And right at the point, I had won a Mom Business of the Year award, and they had said to me in a PR release, where are you going next? Well, I'd already saw that on Facebook had grown. We just came off of MySpace. Facebook was the only social media platform to really share. It was our living room at the time. And so, but I could see businesses needed to be able to be seen, tell who they are. And that got me prompted, and that's when I said to them, well, I would like to make a platform for businesses, make it super simple for them to create, you know, whatever they need for their social media, because that's the place that needs to have their presence. And that's how it all started. So that's a little bit about me. In addition, I serve on a number of boards for women. I also mentor women in the startup community, you know, serving as an advisor as well, and my philanthropy work to help children heal. So that part of the social work of me has never left. I just am on the other end of it, raising funds to help them with programs and such. So women is really young girls and women are really been my focus through the years.
I absolutely love what you're doing. As I've said to so many people over the years that I've known you, I'm like, you're such an inspirational woman that I look up to, and I see everything that you're doing, and it blows my mind. And that's why I love the Divas That Care, is that when we can provide that platform to share your story with everyone, that people that might not know you because of where you're located, because you are located in Seattle, and
correct.
You know, so other people in the other parts of the globe might not know who you are. And I think, you know, everybody needs to know who you are, because you provide awesome platform for people not only to share about their lives and their businesses, but the things that you're doing also to help and mentor. I just think it's absolutely extraordinary. And it's just, I get giddy every time I get to talk to you because I'm like, okay, what is she doing now? What else is she up to? So that's what I want to talk to you about today on the program is what is happening now. I know that with 2020, a lot of us have experienced a lot of different things in our lives. And I know that now a lot more people are obviously working from home. How are you supporting people now that are doing all this? What are you doing that is, well, I know what you're doing, but share with our listeners today a little bit about what you're doing out there.
Yeah, so first let me go back a little bit because I wanted to tell you that my whole focus has been on women and small businesses. And it was women who really surrounded me, too, in the beginning that helped build PhotoPAD. So it took a village of us, including you, to help build this out and scale it and get it going and launch it. And the big thing that is happening today more than ever, so when I first started, we knew that traditional marketing was out. The static photo was boring. It didn't tell a story. And businesses really needed to amp it up. But it was very difficult for them in the clutter of social media. So they were already struggling. And now with COVID and, all the devastation of things closing, they were forced to get onto social media and really take the bull by the horn. And that's been the great thing is now they are using PhotoPAD as a way to tell their story, to share what's going on of their company and photos and adding a little text to it and making it super simple for them to amplify their presence because I want to support small businesses. They are the core of our community. So we need to shop them and we need to amplify them. So I've been doing a number of projects. And the first project has been for women-owned businesses because majority of the small businesses are women-owned. So we've been doing a feature for small businesses. And now I'm also partnering with City University, who their entrepreneur program called the Enactus is helping small business gain visibility online. So they're helping businesses who are struggling with resources and such to be visible. And they're using PhotoPAD. So that is one
I love that.
We've established. Right. So we're looking for other partnerships with like women organizations or the chambers who are hosting a number of small businesses and put them on their website. But at the same time, we need to be interactive. And that's where we're adding features to PhotoPAD that helps businesses interact with their audience, getting them to their e-commerce or getting them inside their store. So that's where we're moving to is really helping. And we will be doing a holiday campaign. And in the spirit of giving, we're going to be celebrating small businesses. So it's kind of a give and give for each other. So it's a win-win. So if a small business wants to use PhotoPAD and give 1 minute, we will feature them on one of our social media channels. And it goes on like that. Like if you want to do a 5 minute, take 5 minutes to use PhotoPAD, we will give you a pre-designed photo template. And then we'll feature you in our newsletter across our social media channels. So every level from being a brand ambassador, just sharing, to up to 15 minutes, because it takes about 15 minutes to create a full-on photo story. We're going to give you a number of things to amplify your presence on social media. So that I can hardly wait to launch because I think this will be a great thing because some people don't want to spend a lot of time. They just want to take a minute. But creating can be the difficult part. But we have all those tools in one place. So it's a matter of uploading your photo, adding some text, sharing it out if you want to do a static photo. But if you want to do more and add your sales tag just in time for the holiday, it will interact with your customers at where they can shop on your e-commerce. So it's really
I like that.
cool. Yeah, it's going to be really fun to do this. And we're going to limit it because as you go up in the levels, we are going to offer pre-designed templates, some graphics that are not available to anybody else. So it's going to make it fun. But in return, in some way, we will feature you and give you the visibility you need as a small business during the holiday season. So we're going to start out with 50 people, women and small businesses. And it was going to run between November 5th or the 4th, November 4th through the end of the year. So we're going to limit to 50 people, and I think, or businesses, and I think this will be a super fun project to work on.
Okay, so
and it's all free too. That's the thing. It's all free.
And it's all free. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. So how hard is it to start this? You know, one of the things that are probably people are going to be asking is PhotoPAD a difficult thing for learning? I know that, you know, all of us that have, you know, just got onto social media and we're trying to build our businesses on there. Sometimes things are a little bit difficult to navigate. How is your product? Is it easy for just a person to get on there and start working on it?
Yes, it really is easy, and it could be as quick as 1 minute if that's all the time you have. Because we are a one-stop shop where you can create, collaborate, and publish all in the same place in a matter of minutes. And that means all you have to do is upload your photos, how many photos you want, and create what you want with our pre-designed templates, graphics, and more, and just share to the social media channels that you want to. The thing is that what's overwhelming for people, well, wait, let me back up a moment. Just so you know, we just did a survey, and the results of that survey said the two great things about PhotoPAD is it's intuitive and simple to use, and that it's free too. But we will in the new year start a revenue on it with our subscription base. So we really want to get people using it before we go there. But those are the two things people said that was consistently said, and I really love that because that's my mission, to make it intuitive, like get on it, you can see immediately because there's some familiar tools, but there are tools that are out there as one-off. We have it all in one place. So all you have to do is add your photo, use the filter if you want, click on the social media channel you want to share it to, if one or all. You know, and I was just about to say what's overwhelming I find for small businesses is just to even get on and to get on social media. And I always tell them to start with one social media channel that they think their audience is. But the great part with PhotoPAD is you can share. You should have presence on all the other ones. So all you have to do is create one and share it to those channels and spend the most time on the one channel that your audience is. And I'll show you an example. I have a customer who uses Instagram stories, but Instagram stories goes away. She saves her Instagram stories through the day, uploads them in PhotoPAD, and just shares them to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, where she hardly spends any time, but she knows that if she doesn't have presence there, she's going to miss out on an audience. And so I love that she does that, and that literally takes her minutes to create because she already did the work on Instagram. She comes over to our site, sends it to the other channels. Otherwise, she'd have to go individually to those channels, download, upload, you know, whatever. But with us, we make it that simple. It's all in one place.
Oh, I love that.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does make a lot of sense.
I love
the question
it too.
I have is if we have some listeners today and they want to be a part of these 50 individuals that you're doing this program, how do they become a part of that?
Well, they can send, I don't have a link like with me, but we will eventually have a link for the sign up and then we'll reach out to them. But they can also go to Diane, DIANE, at PhotoPAD, PHOTOPAD.co, and just state, I want to be a part of the holiday campaign. And then we'll reach out to them and get everything set up and get them going and feature them.
Oh, that's perfect.
That simple too.
And you know what I'm going to do, Diane, is I'm going to be posting that on our social media so that people can check that out because I think it's really important. And what a great thing to be a part of for the holiday season, especially if you have a business out there that you're wanting to promote. And it is free. Wow. You know, and that's the biggest thing is that a lot of people are so scared. It's like, okay, I'm putting money here, I'm putting money there, and I don't know how to do this. And it becomes overwhelming. So what you're offering all these amazing individuals out there is that you're providing something for them that they can do, and it's supporting one another. And I really love that. And I think that's a great thing, especially with how 2020, I would say how 2020 has been. You know, I see there's so much collaboration going on and so many people that are stepping up and really supporting one another. And I think your platform is absolutely extraordinary in what it can provide for so many people.
It really is there right now in the center of it all to help the small businesses. I truly believe like we're in the heart of 2020 and we're giving them a way out and a way to be amplified on social media in this very tough time. So I'm so happy. You know, I come from a family of entrepreneurs throughout my life. My grandparents immigrated here. I remember their stories and how difficult it is. And this 2020, where everything got shut down and people were scrambling and possibly losing their businesses, it just brought me back to the time of my grandparents and how resilient they were when they lost things, early days of arriving in Detroit, and then ended up being very successful in the end. And then even ongoing entrepreneurs in my family who continue to be very successful has been truly an inspiration. And so I know, like, I almost feel like this is going back to the times of their struggle where they thought it was over, where we sat around the kitchen table and talked about how are we going to help them out of whatever happened to them during the times in the 60s, you know, when there was a lot of stuff going on in Detroit and their place got burnt down, and, you know, how do you start over when you didn't have insurance, right? And they didn't have PPP back then. So I know that we're all going to make this, but we all have to step up and help each other, you know?
Well, and this is a great way to help people finish the year with a bang. I truly believe that. I think that's what's happening is that, you know what, people are saying, okay, 2021 is going to be fantastic, but, you know, don't just wait till then. Let's do it now. You know, we're going into November here, and we still have a lot of time, and we can do that, and we can support business. We can support locally. We can support small businesses, and that's what you're offering. You know, this is not just for the Seattle area. This is a global thing that people can really take advantage of.
Exactly. And I was just going to say something else. I lost my thought because it was so important what you just said. We don't have to wait to 2021. We just have to step up and help each other get through the rest of 2020. And we can do it. We can all be successful. And that, if anything, has come out of this pandemic and whatever's going on is that we all came together to help each other to be successful. That's really the lesson, and just shows the true humanity of everything. And, you know, we have a way, you know, on our platform to really connect with your audience, because we know that sharing photos, one, connects the audience, but two, sharing a photo story really connects emotionally and humanizes your business. And I know that in today's world, even more so, like you mentioned now, everybody wants to know who you are and what you do and how can they support you. And I think that's the big piece. But if you don't want to share a story, we have the graphics. You can do a graphic. I mean, just anything you want. If you want to do a photo blog, if you want to just upload your photo and add text to it. We have pre-designed text, manual text. We have filters. I mean, just everything you need. That's what's so great is we're all scrambling and busy, and this just simplifies your marketing for you.
Oh, I love that. That is fantastic. Yeah. I'm excited to do some more stuff with you. I always tell people I'm so excited because through this pandemic, my oldest daughter, is now a part of everything that we are now doing, and I'm just beyond excited about that. And I've actually introduced her to PhotoPAD so that she can start doing stuff for us and promoting the divas out there and really showcasing all the amazing things that those women are doing. And we're going to be using your platform in order to do that. So I thank you for everything that you're doing out there.
Yeah, and so I was just going to bring that up because you've done a number of stories, and it's on our Explore page so that other businesses can be inspired, so they can look at your photo stories that we are featuring. And then also, I was just going to say, you need to do another story of you and your daughter are working together. We all need to know that. Yeah. And I would love to feature you in our feature, in our newsletter, and everything too. And I think what you're doing with your daughter and every way you're growing and helping women, it's wonderful.
Well, thank you so much. And that's what I love. And that's the inspiration I get from everybody that's been on our show. But it all started with the inspirations of my daughters, and that's why we started it. So why not share that story with everybody? I love that. That is fantastic.
Yeah, I know. It's so great. So,
well, one of the things I want to ask you too, now that you're working on this and you've got a lot of stuff happening, what other things do you have on your plate? Do you have anything anything else that we can share with our listeners today?
I don't think I have anything else. I just continue to do work with Olive Crafts and a number of other, I'm trying to think, nonprofits just to help during this time, because fundraising is so important right now. You know, people are holding back because of the uncertainty, but the kids still need to be fed. So just helping in any way you can with anything involving children, to me, is really important right now. School, work, mentoring, it doesn't even have to be money. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many parents at home that are having difficulties managing their children's homework and such. It's just even giving time to be a tutor or mentor, or calling an agency and providing socks or shoes or something like that is so good. But this is the first time I'm not involved in fundraising in the sense of leading something, because I've been so focused on PhotoPAD and getting it going. And also I am doing mentoring with the Young Entrepreneur Academy, which is really fun too. So that's been great. That's how I'm giving my time right now. But in the new year, I will be back into fundraising and really looking at how I can make a difference for kids who have been abused.
Yes. You are a big supporter in that. And, you know, thank you so much for everything that you do. And that's one of the things I really respect about you. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. And I just thank you so much, Diane, for, you know, being on the Divas That Care program for all these years and really sharing the stuff that you're doing with us, because you do not just inspire myself, but you have inspired so many women around the world.
Oh, thank you so much. And I love that. That's what fuels me, is if I can be an inspiration to someone to know that they can do it, or they can keep going, or they're in a dark place, that it gets them to the light, is what's so important. Because I always say it's never too late to do something we want to do. That's our passion and our love, you know. So I just find that so important, and I love when people tell me if I've been inspired by them, or they've been inspired by me, because so many other leaders have, like yourself, have inspired me. So I think it's really important as women we continue to do that and tell our stories.
Oh, me too. Well, I'm excited. Well, Diane, I'm looking forward to doing some more collaborations with you, because it has been so much fun over the years. And what we're going to be doing is that I'm going to be sharing with all of our listeners today all the stuff about PhotoPAD. I'm going to be posting your social media links and sharing it with so many people. Thank you again for being my guest.
Okay.
And
I love it. Thank you.
It was so much fun, and you know you're doing a lot of amazing things out there. And I definitely, the Divas That Care is a big supporter. We want to keep on continuing to support you in the years to come.
Oh, that's wonderful. And thank you for spreading the word about PhotoPAD. That's huge in itself. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. And you know what? A big shout out to all of you amazing listeners. It's because of the listeners that we've continued to do this program for 10 years. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do out there. Yes, it's fantastic. And, you know, make sure that you forward this show on to your friends and family. Check out PhotoPAD. As I said, I'm going to be posting all Diane's information on our social media links so that you can check her out. And definitely send her a message. Be one of those 50. Let her help promote you also. You know, that's what it's all about, is collaboration and, you know, working together. We can't do this alone. We need to work together in order to be successful in everything that we do. So thank you guys again. Thank you, Diane. I hope that all of you have a fantastic evening and that you do something kind. Until next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.